Hey everyone, welcome to another creative video. This time I'm going to experiment with a small Dutch pour technique. I'm taking some white paint mixed with Floetrol and a little bit of water until I get the consistency that I desire, and I'm just putting an even coat over the 6x6 tile, and then I'm popping those bubbles with my little culinary torch before I begin adding some color. So again, these colors are all paint mixed with Floetrol and a little bit of water. There is no silicone in any of these paints. And I've got a teal, a navy blue, and a red, and I'm just layering those colors. I surround it with my white paint again, and then I'm going to take my blow dryer and blow over, and then blow over it again. And I'd love to do this on a bigger surface. This little tile was just not much room for me to really go crazy with it. But you can see that I improvise and I add in more colors. I use a straw to blow things around until I get something that I think is a decent composition and I know will look good with a little bit of glitter and resin. Now I take my culinary torch and I'm just heating it up to see what cells and what effects might come through. Remember, this is just an experiment and I'm having some fun and just seeing what I can create. Of course, I always keep going and going and don't know when to stop, per usual, Tammy style. But in the end, I think it's a pretty little abstract piece and I'm anxious to try another one. You can see now I'm using a straw because I'm just trying to get a little more direct air into the places where I want to see what's underneath those layers and move my paint around. And this is where I start adding in some more color, just because I don't really like what I'm seeing. So I take a little bit more of my teal, and with this little spreader tool, I'm just working it through. And here I come in with a little bit of pink, because I think pink will complement that teal color. And remember, you don't have to just pour your acrylics and call it good. You can always add in stuff and embellish and really make it what you want. So whether it's a flip cup, a dirty pour, or this Dutch pour technique, just keep playing with it until you're satisfied. And hey, if you don't like it, you can always re-pour over the entire thing. And believe me, I've done that plenty of times. When I'm working an acrylic piece like this, I'm usually thinking ahead because I always resin and add bling, almost always, to my artwork. So I'm kind of thinking ahead about how this will look once I add some sparkle and get my clear coat on it. And I always know that it will look better than what I start with. So bear with me, and I think you'll see that it does end up looking pretty darn good in the end. So I'm taking a little bit of that navy blue and using a needle and just drawing some of it through to help give this a little pop. And you can see that what I started with has become completely different, and I don't even know if you'd consider it a Dutch pour anymore. But anyway, that's the way it goes with fluid art. So here's a little close-up of what I end up with. And I let this dry for a couple of days. And then I go in with my glitter glue and I just give it a little bit of sparkle accent, because once I get that clear coat of resin on, it will really sparkle and shine. Once my glitter has dried, I give it a light wipe down with an alcohol wipe, just to make sure there's nothing on there that will interfere with my resin. And today I'm using Art Resin brand. I'm mixing about 1 ounce, so it's half of hardener, half resin. And then I pour those both into another cup and mix them thoroughly for about 3 minutes. Just make sure it's nice and mixed so that you don't have any problems with your resin curing. And this is my most favorite part, pouring this liquid magic all over my artwork. And it really pops out those colors and that sparkle. So I just pour it on there, and remember, resin is self-leveling, so make sure your project is level. And then I spread it around with a popsicle stick, no fancy tools here. And then once it's all spread over there, I give it a good torching to pop all the air bubbles. And then I cover it up and I let it cure. And here's some of that detail work, and you can see how the resin really pops out the glitter lines and the color. And so, hey, if you like these videos and you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified when I launch my next video. I'd love to know your thoughts, so leave me a comment below and give me a thumbs up. And until next time, happy creating, everyone. Have a great day.